You'll have to forgive me. I I got a little distracted today while I was out in the wild. But we're live now. And look where we are. Look where we are. We're back in the van. Who would have thunk? Who would have guessed? It literally took, I don't know, a few weeks of me being outside of my van. And then, I don't know, the last time I went live, some of you guys were commenting like, where is the van? We missed the van. And, you know, I missed the van too. So here we are. I'm back in the van. The Kia is also with me. In fact, it's actually parked right behind the van, but you can't see it because my curtains are up. But we're in the van and it feels good to be back. I just came back. Oh my God, I need to fix this. I have like insulation tape hanging from up here. But anyways, I just got back from the store. So I need to put some things away. I'm gonna make some salmon tonight. I'm actually really excited for that. I've never cooked salmon in the van before. But anyway, it's good to be back in the van. Good to be back in Miranda Cosgrove, the girl. Anyway, I can't believe I went like 3 weeks without being in the van, but here we are. Feels good to be back. Anyway, I have got to like build like some sort of, I don't know, like food drawer down here. I have so much extra space down here, and honestly I have a lot of extra space under here too. Like above where my diesel heater is, I just have dead space that I feel like I could be doing something with, but oh well. I'm just gonna, for now I'm just kind of like setting my dry food down there and a little bit of it up here, but I'll be building stuff eventually. Whew, I'm curious who's in here. Where are you guys watching from? I'm in Arkansas today, back in the old stomping grounds. And honestly, I have to say, as I was driving back into Arkansas yesterday, part of me, not all of me, but a small part, was like, oh man, I actually kind of missed Arkansas. So it's good to be back, but I definitely am looking forward to being back on the road as well. Ooh, the salmon! Hello! Oh, you're watching from Arkansas too? That's sick. What part of Arkansas? Okay, what is this? Okay, a man goes out in heavy rain with nothing to protect him from it. His hair doesn't get wet. How does he do that? I don't know. That's weird. I don't know why. Why is it not wet? Why is his hair not wet? I don't know. I have like 3 brain cells right now, so I don't know if I can answer that question. But if anyone else can, go for it. Watching from New York. Wait, his hair doesn't get wet. Okay, well that was my first thought. I was like, okay, well his hair doesn't get wet, so that means he can't be bald. But if he's bald, he's got no hair. Anyway, yeah, okay. Hell yeah, he's bald. There's no hair to get wet. New York, I hope spring is actually existing for others. Spring is springing. Spring is springing here in Arkansas. Such a beautiful day today. I think the high for today was like 76 or 77 degrees, and it's been like sunny like pretty much all day. So the weather has been immaculate. I'm vibing with it. Remy said that's what I'm saying. Okay. Okay. People be bald out here. I'm like partially bald, but that's for another reason that I'll probably talk about at some point later on. But, oh my God, you guys. Okay, so I just opened my fridge. I haven't been using my refrigerator because I haven't been in my van. So like my fridge has been off and I just turned it on for the first time in, God, at least 3 weeks. And there's nothing in it. There's no food in there. And I'm not going to show it to you guys because it's like, there's no food in there, but it's hot. Like the fridge I opened it and heat came out of it. Oh my God. I'm going to have to wait for that to like cool down. Jesus Christ. That like, oh, that's not cute. Ooh, and I lied. I did have one thing in there. I had a water bottle in there. Cosmic Wanderlust, yes, I am in the van. I am back in the van. Yeah, and it's like, dude, I missed it. Like, it was so sick not being in the van and like traveling around in Texas and hanging out and doing all of that. But the last time I went live, there was someone in the chat and they're like, oh, I missed the van. Like, when are you gonna be back in the van? And as soon as they said that, I was like, oh man, like I actually really miss the van. So I was planning on staying out in Texas a little bit longer, but I decided to come back because I ultimately, like, I just love being in this van. And I don't know, I like making content in the van, and part of me was like, we can travel and like and do some other stuff, but I'm gonna go back to my van and enjoy that. Yeah, peer pressure for real. So I'm excited to be back. I'm excited to be back. Okay, let me go back. I think I missed a message. Someone said, jealous. I got light snow the other day here. It's still snowing? Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, places have snow. That's true. I feel like snow, honestly, would be kind of fun. I don't know. Like, I'm loving the spring, I'm loving the warmth, but like a snow right now I feel like that could be kind of fun. You look like a guy and a girl had a baby. That's crazy, because like that's exactly what my parents did. Like my parents, a guy and a girl, had a baby. But yeah, and that's being androgynous, I guess, and being non-binary. That's actually like not even the first time I've gotten that comment, and that's probably one of my favorite things that people say, like, because just being someone who looks androgynous, like comments like that are actually like really, really funny to me, because yeah. Anyway, what are you guys up to? I want to know. Red bandana, yes, I am back on my bandanas. I want to get some more. I saw some nice ones when I was out in Texas, but not any that were nice enough for me to get some. So I feel like springtime is the time where the bandanas come back in rotation, because like in the winter and the fall, I'm usually wearing beanies. In fact, I have like a ridiculous amount of beanies. Like all of these, this isn't even all of my beanies. But once it starts getting warm outside, I do two things. One, I start listening to yacht rock again. And then two, I start wearing bandanas. It's just the way. Anyway, hello to newbies coming in. Hello. I'm watching you, that's what I'm doing. Hell yeah. I'm glad you're watching. I'm watching you guys too. Would you ever do nomad life with a pet? I think I would. What is that place? This is my camper van. It's a 2004 GMC Savannah, and I love it with my entire life. I just spent like 3 weeks outside of it, but now I'm back because I can't commit to not being in my van and I love it too much. But would I ever do nomad life with a pet? Yes, but I feel like I'd have to be like a lot more settled down to be doing van life with a pet, which sounds kind of like, I don't know, the whole thing with van life is you're constantly moving and doing stuff, but I guess you don't have to be constantly moving, but still. To answer the question, probably, but definitely not right now, because I feel like I'm in a season where I'm trying to like kind of get the whole nomad van life lifestyle together and figure it out. And I feel like if I do get a pet, I'll have to be like somehow settled in van life or just like life in general. Sarah said, hi, watching from Illinois. Oh my gosh. Nice. My family just came back from Illinois. King Mysterio has arrived, the cool dude from San Diego. Ooh. Oh my god, I want to go to San Diego so bad. Don't go to Eastside Compton with that on. Noted. Noted. Cosmic Wanderlust said, yacht rock. Yeah, it's like a genre of, I don't know, how would you describe yacht rock? It's like happy-go-lucky rock that's like kind of upbeat but has like not necessarily like beachy vibes to it, but I don't know. I'd have to like okay, I might make a short and post it with a yacht rock song, and that might give you a vibe for it. But it's like, it's something like I listen to it all the time. I don't know, it's a vibe. It's like Doobie Brothers, Chris McDonald, am I saying, did I get his last name right? I hope. A lot of that stuff, but it's good stuff. I'm new here. Where are you? This looks looks like a type of craft. It's a van. I'm in a van. This is just like a GMC Savannah high roof van. So one time someone thought I was in like a submarine or something. I can see from your decor that you are nostalgic. Yeah, I guess like, I suppose so. Yo, Jaden Smith, oh my god. I'm typing this upside down. I think I hate to make beans and now I feel like I'm about to throw up upside down. What should I do? I think the first thing I would do if I were you is I would cease being upside down. That's what I would do. Jimmy Official said, how was your day? My day's pretty good. I've been enjoying the weather here. It's been like nice and sunny. So it's a pretty solid day. And I'm in my van. It's always like, I feel like my days are always pretty nice when I'm in my van and like traveling. Hello from Vancouver. Oh my goodness. Oh, I want to get up to Washington so bad. Oh my goodness. It's just like, I yearn for the Pacific Northwest in a way that I don't think I yearn for many other things. Does it have the 4.3? This is embarrassing. I don't know. I feel like y'all are gonna come for me, but I'd have to check. I don't know. I can't get up though. I don't know what to do. Plus I've been upside down for 10 minutes now. I don't know, man. Get right back up. I don't know what else to tell you. Okay. I'm gonna check my fridge. I'm gonna see if it's cooled down. At least a little bit. Okay. Oh my god. It is so hot in there. That is wild. That is wild. Just putting some of my groceries away. I had to restock, so I've been out of the van. Do you guys have Kroger where you live? I just came back from Texas and I didn't know they had Kroger there. I thought you were gonna say I yearn for the mines. No, I do not yearn for the mines. I am scared of the mines. That's scary. Is this where you live? Yeah, most of the time. This is my 2004 GMC Savannah. It's a camper van. I've been building it out for like the past 2 years. It's not finished. There's plenty that I still want to finish with it, but yeah, it's where I live most of the time, and I love it. It must be nice being back home. Are you gonna travel in your soul again? Yes, it is nice being back home. And whether or not I'm gonna travel in my soul again, I most likely will. But I think that I'm gonna try and focus on being in my van some more and making that work. So Likely will in the future, but couldn't tell you when. Okay. Remy, I'm concerned. Okay, he said, I got up, but there's a problem. I was 5.5 tall, but now I'm like 5'6". Actually, okay. Nice. I'm 5'5", so congrats on being 5'6". Cosmic Wanderlust said, I lived in Austin for 7 years and never saw a Kroger. What? Wow. Yeah. It's, well, they have some in Dallas, and I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't think I'd see any Krogers there. And I have to say, in Texas, you guys have like the most elite fleet of grocery stores. There's like HEB, which I found out was called HEB because I was calling it Heb, like in the wild, and no one like clowned me for it, but I found out it was pronounced and called HEB. But there's like HEB and then Tom Thumb, which I'd never heard of, but Tom Thumb was pretty cool too. And there's also like Sprouts. Like you guys have everything. Like how does it feel to be blessed in Texas? Scott, thank you so much for the super chat. Hold on. Is that your room? Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, it's like my room that has everything that I need in it. I've got like all the stuff I need except for like a shower, but that's what Planet Fitness is for. My place just got an Aldi. Oh, that's so sick. Nice. We have some Aldis here too in Arkansas. And honestly, I haven't been to any since they've opened up, but they're pretty sweet. The people yearn for nice, quality, cheap produce. Do you know where Delaware is? North. I'm going to Texas Wednesday. Hell yeah. Nice. What part of Texas? Where do you live that you just now got an Aldi? I'm in Arkansas. So Central Arkansas just got a few Aldis. There's one in, oh gosh. There's one in like West Little Rock that just opened, I want to say within the past like year and a half. And then I think there's a new one that just opened in North Little Rock, but I haven't been to either one. HEB really is that bad. I used to be a Publix girly, but I've been delivered. Nice. Yeah, I fear that I've been delivered as well, because I used to be, well, I still am a Kroger girly because like I'm from Arkansas, so like we're gonna be Kroger girlies, but going to HEB for the first time was transformational, solely because like it's huge, and also I didn't realize they had like these packs of salmon, like not salmon, these packs of sushi where you could get 15 veggie rolls for like $7 or $8, like after taxes. And my god, when I tell you, I probably got like 4 or 5 of those while I was in Texas. It was kind of ridiculous. But yeah, HEB, like we can ride with HEB for that. Like she did her big one with that. So pretty. Thank you. Hello. Oh my goodness, I'm trying to like read these usernames. Watching from Dallas. Hello, Sophia the Leader 8. Hi, Sophia the Leader 8. Delaware is boring. I don't know, I've never been. Is it really that boring? Watching from Turkey. Oh my goodness. I'm going to the new Netflix new thing. What's that? When we said, I don't know what to do. I'm 11 years old and now I'm 5'6". Oh my goodness. We got an 11-year-old in the chat. Skarko says, yo, you in the woods? Nor. I wish I was in the woods. I guess I could just like go to the woods, but no. To answer your question, I'm not in the woods. Alright, bye. Gotta go watch One Piece. Ooh! Enjoy watching One Piece. The people are saying that it's good. I don't know if I'll ever watch it. Scott said, check out Van House Life. Someone's been telling me about that show. At my last job, they were wait. Actually, that might have been like Van Wives that they were talking about. Van House Life? What? Scott, what is Van House Life? Before I get to yapping. What is that? It's in Inside Disneyland, but no rides. Okay. Do you watch anime? No. I don't. I don't really like, I can't really get into like cartoons, which I don't know if that's offensive saying that like anime is a cartoon, but I don't know. It's hard for me to get into anime. I don't know why. And like I want to, but anytime I like try to start watching that kind of stuff, I just like get bored with it. I don't know. But my friend's been trying to get me into JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and oh my god, they won't shut up about it. But I feel like if I like actually force myself to sit down and start watching JoJo's, I'd probably like really get into it. I don't know. I just have ADHD and like I don't know. I don't watch anime. But like I feel like anytime I try and sit down and watch anime, it seems like there's a lot going on and it just like it needs a lot of my attention. But I don't know. It's tough for me. Maybe eventually. You look like Stevie Wonder a little bit. Do I really? I feel like when I get compared to people, it's either like, if I'm wearing aviator sunglasses, people are gonna say Lenny Kravitz, especially if I have my locks. Or if I have my fro, which I haven't had my fro in a bit, it's Prince or Bruno Mars. But Stevie Wonder is a first. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. What is this place? This is my van. Her name is Miranda Cosgrove. Your locks are so fire. Thank you so much. They, them, yes. That is me. Someone said you're missing out. Hey, that's what the people are saying. That's what the streets are saying. I'll have to get into it. Oh my god, okay, let me catch up on these comments. For some reason, I'd rather read manga than watch anime. Okay. Skriko said, where is your bed where you sleep? That's my bed right there. It's actually super comfortable. Yeah, I love this thing. Ooh. I sleep here. I watch TV here. Sometimes I eat here or cook here. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. But that's my bed. Built it myself. What, you have ADHD too? I have ADHD, yeah. Yeah. It presents itself in interesting ways for sure. This looks like a secret hideout. Are you a superhero? No. But if I was, I feel like having the power of teleportation would be pretty sick. Try Slice of Life anime. It's more slow-paced and relaxing. Okay. Noted. Noted. You should see my dad when he dyes his hair purple. Okay. Send me a pic. Secret hideout. Are you in a mini? No, this is a GMC Savannah 1500 with a high roof. Not gonna lie, I didn't know you had Meta glasses at first. Yes, these are the Meta glasses. But I do have another pair that I alternate with, because the thing about the Meta glasses is they have like shit battery life. So when they die, I just like put them in their case. But I also keep my other pair of glasses in here. So I have 2 pairs of glasses. But yeah, actually these are dead, so I'm just gonna put them in here so they can charge. But yeah, they're the Meta glasses, and honestly they're great with making easy and quick content because they have the camera on one of the lenses. So when I'm out in the wild and I want to like record something, or if I'm driving, it's really easy to just like press the button and record. And I've gotten some like really interesting footage doing that before. Hi Scott. Okay, let me go back in these comments. Scarecrow 2052 said, where are you heading right now? I'm parked. I'm solitary right now, so heading nowhere at the moment except for making salmon for dinner. That's where I'm heading. I wish you have good tiding. Thank you. How much are those? So the Meta, ooh, that's actually, I think the Meta glasses, I want to say that these were, oh gosh, I want to, either 300 or 400, I can't remember exactly, as like the retail price. But what I did is I used my vision insurance to get them for half off, because you can get the Meta glasses with prescription lenses put in. I don't know if you like need glasses for like to be able to see or whatever, but I do. So I was able to get them half off by going to where I get my prescription glasses, and they had the Meta glasses as an option, and because of that I was able to get them like half price with my insurance. So I paid half the price of whatever the retail price was for those. Still can't remember if it was like 300 or 400, but somewhere in that ballpark. I was gonna get a pair for free at work, but I felt bad because I was planning on quitting soon. I'm the kind of cat who will just like, if I can get some free stuff from work, I'm gonna take free stuff from work. But you know, respectfully. But I hear ya. Lil Tekka, yo bro, wait, Lil Tekka, hold up. Where's Lil Tekka? Oh my gosh. Lil Tekka? Talking about Disco? Disco the banana slug? That's Disco, y'all. We also got, who else is in here? Oh my god. We have Disco, and we have Aragog. Ooh. One of my friends really doesn't like Aragog because she's scared of spiders. What do you do for work? I currently DoorDash and make content, but I used to work in marketing, and before that I was in software engineering. Okay, I'm thirsty. Give me 1 second. I need to get some water. I'll tell you what though, I can't get over how good it feels to be back in my van. I really did miss it. And I got so many stickers in Texas, but I want to put more stickers on my bottle, but I fear that my bottle has way too many stickers on it, and I don't know if I can add any more stickers. It's kind of like ridiculous at this point. How have you been feeling since leaving your corporate job? Honestly, like, it's a mix of things. Like, it's interesting being outside of corporate, but I feel like, and I was thinking about this earlier, working corporate is great for a lot of different reasons, but I felt like when I was still at my previous job, when I was working in marketing, I felt like it was taking up a lot of my mental space. And now that I'm not there anymore, I feel like I just have a lot more mental space, simply because it's just like that work isn't in the back of my mind. And at the same time, it's also given me so much more of like a push and an edge to actually create the content that I've been wanting to create for a while, because it's like, okay, well now you've you've left your job, so you really have to full send this. And for me, like, as someone who has ADHD, my brain, for whatever reason, tends to work best under pressure and with a sense of urgency. So the sense of urgency of not having my job anymore, I think, is exactly what I needed to actually start getting serious. So there's a lot of like feelings of anxiety and feelings of comparing myself to other people, but I know that that was something that I needed to do to push myself into a stronger creative direction. So I feel like good in that way, but definitely still feeling anxiety. So it's like a combination of feelings. Damn, your resume is looking fine as hell. Thank you. I worked hard on it, which is hilarious because now I'm living in a van and just trying to do like nomad life. But I don't know, I might find myself back into corporate at some point. Who knows? Anything can happen. We do not have a Kroger's in, oh gosh, I don't know how to pronounce that, but somewhere in Indiana. I think it's a southern thing. Yeah, I think it's a southern thing for sure. Is that Galaxy Gas? No. What is Galaxy Gas? Is that like, is that something the kids do? I don't know. I'm not with the kids. Shanane2162 said, I want to do car life too. What's the hardest part of it? Even being in one place. Honestly, I think the hardest part of it is just like the stigma around it, because since I was like 14, I've wanted to do van life. And I bought this van this summer in August of 2024, and I've been building it out ever since. And I love it. I genuinely love living this way, because I've always been like a minimalist, and I just like, even when I was a kid, one of my favorite things was like building forts and stuff like that. I'm yapping. But anyway, I think that the hardest part for me is purely just the stigma of people thinking that because you like live in a van that you're like a bum, or you're like whatever. Like there's just people that can be weird and rude about it. And I think that by far is like the worst part, because I love living this lifestyle and I think it's so sick and so fun, and I have the ability to travel. But yeah, I think just like the stigma of it, people get funky with it. They like, I don't know, because there's also like, there's the whole concept of people thinking that if you do van life in like an aestheticized kind of way, that you're like a trust fund baby, or like you're a complete like homeless bum person, whatever that's supposed to be. So like, it's really interesting. But yeah, I think that's like the worst part of it, just people being like rude online. But fuck it, we ball. Kroger's like a grocery store like Walmart. Yeah, it is. It's like, it's not as big as Walmart, but yeah, it's just like purely groceries. Like you won't be able to get like a car battery like you could at Walmart, but yeah, you'll get like all the groceries you need. Cosmic Wanderlust said, I go back and forth about quitting my job every day. Yeah, like, and honestly, the whole like, the should I quit my job or should I not quit my job thing is very much so like a very, very individualized thing. I don't know if I'd ever feel comfortable telling someone like, oh yeah, you should just like go quit your job and do van life. Like it very much so depends on the person. But yeah, like I went back and forth about whether or not I was gonna quit my job for a year before I ended up doing it. I went back and forth about whether or not I was gonna like continue on the path of like working in corporate America for even longer than that before I decided to just make a clean break and try something else. So yeah, it's like I don't know. I think the only thing I can say, if it's something that you've been thinking about, like if it's something that you keep coming back to even in different stages of your life, like even when things are going great, you know, at work, and even when things are bad, of course, but specifically when things are like good and you're coasting, and you still come back to the thought of like, I want to be doing something different with my life, I would say that might be something worth listening to. But yeah, it's a journey for sure. And since I've quit my job, I certainly feel like I have more creative energy and more like, I don't know, it seems like I'm less afraid to take bolder risks now, because they're like, everything's on the table at this point. Whereas before they weren't, because I had a job to go back to at the end of the day, you know, and a secure income. But when you don't, and you're kind of just like out there and you're in free fall and figuring it out, that's when like all of the options become present to you. And for some people, that's completely transformative. And for some people, that's like a really debilitating thing. So it really depends on the person. Ryan said, I'm afraid if you turn that vent on, it'll suck your hair into it. You want to see what happens when I turn it on? So there's actually a mesh screen right here. So even if it's on and on like the highest setting, like my hair is not gonna get sucked into it. But that was something I thought about when I got it for the first time. Now, would I do that with this mesh screen off? fuck no. But like, it's good. It's good. But thank you, Ryan. Cosmic Wanderlust said, I love the financial security because everything costs money everywhere. Everything costs money everywhere all at once, but it does take up so much of my emotional energy and it makes full-time van life really challenging. Yeah, it certainly does. Especially with the energy, emotional energy, I don't know, to like go back to the whole ADHD thing, like as someone with ADHD, like when something is in the back of my head and if I have something in the back of my head, it feels like I only have so many calories that I can burn a day, and obviously thinking and having a brain uses calories, but for me, I felt like with work taking up brain calories, it was just like deducting from the actual work I wanted to do, which might sound a little bit woo-woo, but whatever. Yeah, it's real, especially if like you just, if van life or if traveling is something that you've been wanting to do for a long time. So yeah. Sarah Smile said, it made you really good at your job though. I don't know, I feel like I was decent at my job, but like I definitely had, I don't know, maybe I'm just like talking out of my ass, but I feel like I kind of always had the vibe of someone who was just kind of like waiting for the next thing. I don't know. I was doing my job, don't get me wrong, but like, I don't know. There would be so many days where I would just be like in my little cubicle working and stuff, and I don't know. I also just like, I dressed the way that I dress, you know, here, and I was working in a corporate office and most people were in like tech vests and doing the whole I work in tech thing. I don't know, but yeah, I was ready to get out of there. But I still have really good relationships with everyone, like all of my old coworkers and stuff, and I feel like if I needed to, I could go back, but at this point, I don't think I'm going to. Cosmic Wanderlust said, yeah, I don't know if it's ADHD or not, but that is exactly how it feels. It's very depleting. Yeah, it's pretty depleting, and it's not like, at least for me, it was something that I didn't want to feel. Like for the longest time, I just wanted to feel normal, you know, and kind of like the other people that were around me. Like I wanted to feel sustained and happy by making the money that I was making at work and going home and living that lifestyle, but for whatever reason, I just didn't. And I really tried in so many different ways to find that happiness in just different techniques and moving into different departments and talking to different people and engaging in different ways and like trying to fix my mindset, but that was tiresome too. And after a certain point I was like, you know what, I think I just have to full send it and like really try to just live the life that is just in my head 24/7 and see what happens. Yeah, and if it all goes to shit, then at least I tried, you know. There's one creator that has a saying that's like, live your dream or die trying. And I don't know, I think that as ADHD people, we tend to have very all or nothing thinking, but I can say without a shadow of a doubt, I have tried for the past like, oh gosh, 4+ years to not lean into my ADHD style of thinking, which is all or nothing, and do the thing where I like work the job and pound away at my keyboard and all of that, but that just made me feel like I was kind of dying on the inside. So here we are. You know, now I'm trying the other option and we're seeing where that's gonna take us. Okay, I've been yapping. Let me like go back into these comments. Without a doubt, my favorite Robin Williams movie is Mrs. Doubtfire. Yeah, I haven't seen that one. I feel like I need to see it. Shanae said, corporate customer service is just 99% negative interactions. I need to get out too. Ooh, corporate customer service. Yeah. That sounds interesting. That sounds like something. Whew, we did have like a customer service branch or department at my last job, and they were all great people, and they seemed to, like, for the most part, enjoy what they were doing, but I cannot forget just like walking past their cubicles every day at work and just seeing the repetitive and repetition of it all. And I don't know, for a lot of people that's awesome and it's great and that's cool, and I don't ever want to knock that, but for me I was like, I can't ever see myself for the next like 3, 5, 10 years continuing to sit in a cubicle and pound away at a keyboard building someone else's dream. You know, I can't. Like, I'll use it to my benefit if I have to get some cash and some money and save and whatever, but like that can't be my life. And it just like, it spooked the shit out of me. I don't know, maybe that's ADHD, maybe that's whatever, but like it got to a point where I had to get out of there. Hello, Ken in chat. Oh, sorry, maybe I wasn't supposed to read that. Hello. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna watch tonight. Now I kind of want to watch Mrs. Doubtfire, but I don't know if it's on any streaming services. So if you guys have movie recommendations, let me know, because I'm gonna cook this salmon and then probably like record a video and put on a little movie, you know? It was nice and sunny today, so I've got plenty of solar to use the Starlink, so I think I'm gonna crack open the Starlink and watch me a little movie. We'll see. Shanae said, also having ADHD, I personally don't like the idea of the same job for years on end. I want to live for myself. Yeah. Certainly. Yeah, you know, and what's interesting is in the last live that I did, I think I talked a little bit about, I don't know if it was the last live or another live, but I guess it doesn't matter, but I talked about how one of the jobs where I felt the most like fulfilled was actually working in a coffee shop. And I liked that job the most out of all of them. Obviously not because of how much I was being paid, but because, you know, and I was certainly on the lower end of like all the jobs I've worked. But the thing that was the most fulfilling about it was actually engaging with the community that I was serving. You know, even if I was just like making coffee or making lattes, like handing it over to people, and if I had done latte art, seeing the smile that it brought to people's faces. And I think just the quickness and the repetitiveness of that, and like entering a flow state, if you will, as the kids say, with making coffee was something that I really enjoyed. And I loved that once work was over, I never brought it back home with me. Whereas every time I've worked in corporate, there have always been aspects of work that I've always taken home with me. For good or for bad, you know, it's not necessarily a horrible thing, but I just kind of felt like at the end of the day, it was really nice to be done, you know? And I can see myself doing another coffee shop job at some point in a really pretty location. I don't know where, just because I genuinely like it, you know? It's not something that I would do for the money, because the money isn't great being a barista, but like, it's something that I enjoy doing, and I can't see myself doing that again. Because, like, when you detach your ego from a lot of things, you kind of, like, realize that it doesn't take much to, like, feel happy, you know? I don't know. And I certainly felt happy when I was making coffee. But, yeah, we'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna become, like, a traveling barista, but it seems like if I were to do that, I wouldn't be mad at it. Okay, someone said Rick and Shmorty, like Rick and Morty. Oh god, another like cartoon. I don't know. I can't even get into that. Cosmic Wanderlust said, we are the same. People think I'm being dramatic when I say my soul is dying at work. Bro, yeah, no, you're not being dramatic. Like, trust me. Like, that shit is so real. And I fear that not everyone gets it. And that's okay. You know, there are people who are built for working in corporate and being happy with that. And honestly, that's wonderful. Part of me envies that. But like, no, there are also just as many people who are built for doing other things. And you're definitely not being dramatic for talking about that. Yeah, like, because I mean, I felt it, and I don't know. I think a scarier part of it is like through working, you know, in corporate and different companies, something that I noticed is that, especially with like higher ups who have been in corporate for a while, I'm the kind of person who would ask and be like, hey, like, are you happy? Like, do you like what you're doing? Like, aside from making the money, you know, like, do you feel fulfilled? You know, if, like, do you think that this is, you know, this is, do you feel good doing this? And the answer would almost always be like, no, I don't. But like, I have a family or I have bills to pay or something like that. So it was like, I have to do this. And for me, you know, being in my early 20s and like not having any of all of that, I was like, okay, well, maybe if I just keep myself from having all of these things that demand all of my attention and energy and living in a way that demands all of that, as far as like lots and lots of money and energy to keep up with, then maybe I, you know, don't need to go down this direction. Or maybe I could just do what I want to do, and still make money and live the life that I want to live. But I don't know. That's something I'm actively figuring out. Shanae said, I'd love to seek my own art since day regarding movies. I've watched Rush Hour for the first time and I was on YouTube free movies. Okay. Rush Hour. Okay, who is this? Ralphie S said, are you a stud? I don't know. I don't think so. Okay. Studs, if I'm remembering correctly, are like, if I'm understanding correct, it's like specifically a black lesbian, right? I don't identify as lesbian, so I don't think I'm a stud. But I know that some people would see me and be like, oh, stud? 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 So I don't know. I guess it's up for interpretation. I don't identify myself as a stud. But as far as what other people think, that's between y'all. Between y'all and God. Cosmic Wanderlust said, trying barista sounds fun as fuck. I love coffee. Dude, me too. Me too. I love coffee so much. What's crazy is I used to drink it, like, all the time. But in 2020, I had, like, a brain-splitting panic attack, and I had so much coffee that day. And ever since then, I've been super sensitive to drinking too much caffeine. So now I only drink, like, tea and, you know, matcha and stuff. But well, matcha is tea, but like, I wish I could drink coffee more, but it makes my heart go do. So I've had to chill out on that. But yeah, like making coffee, oh my god, I could do that all day. Like, it's just so fun. I love it. Like making coffee after coffee. Especially for like a nice crowd and a cool little coffee shop. Yeah, I can definitely see myself doing that for sure. Oh my god, how are we already like 47 minutes in? That's crazy. I always feel like time flies when I'm doing my lives in the van. Oh my gosh. Shanae said, something you enjoy as a career is priority. Yeah. Yeah. I would think so. Yeah, like as long as you're like not in a position where you're completely like out leveraged and you're gonna, you know, hold on, sorry guys, I just got a notification. Okay. Yeah, I think that if you have the ability to, you know, especially like when you're young and you don't have a bunch of responsibilities, like that is the time where you can take risks and you can lean into doing unconventional things, I think. Yeah. And another thing that I think about often is that there have been several studies and interviews done on people who are in nursing facilities and like what their biggest regrets were. And every time, in like every culture, one of the biggest regrets of older people who are dying, is not traveling more, and specifically working all the time. And I feel like I have to watch myself with falling into the mentality of thinking that I need to live to work or like make work everything. Obviously that's not the case with like a lot of stuff, but I don't know. I really try to. I'm now at a point where I feel like if I'm working so that I can do something that I love to do instead of just working for the sake of working. And I think that all of that is just trying to be intentional at the end of the day. But yeah, it is hard. I will say, when you're first trying to start living more intentionally, like it's difficult. You know, there are people that are going to look at you and say, like, what are you doing? That doesn't make any sense. Why did you quit your job? Like, what about money and stuff like that? And a lot of those concerns are valid, but at the end of the day, I think that, like, I'm never going to regret stopping and changing course or changing direction to move myself into a direction that I've wanted to go in for a long time. So, yeah. It's scary, but it is the way, I think. Where have you traveled in the state? Oh my goodness. So, I've lived in Arkansas, like, my entire life. So, I've been a bunch of different places, but most recently I went to Hot Springs National Park over in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and that was really nice. It's really pretty in the spring, and like the little city nearby it is really pretty. So that's my like most recent travel in the state, and I'm probably gonna go back out there sometime soon. So yeah. Do you have a job right now? It depends. Like, if you consider making content and receiving like money from YouTube and supporters a job, yeah. But as far as like a corporate job, no, I quit my corporate job last month. But I also do gig work. So yeah, I have jobs here and there, like different jobs. Cosmic Wonderlust said, everyone had concerns about me starting van life in my 30s, but since I've been on the road, everyone has FOMO, the fear of missing out. Yeah. I fear that's the whole, like, people aren't going to cheer for you until you, like, start winning thing. And yeah, that's, yeah, it's just one of those things, I guess, you know, like when you first start and when you, yeah, like when you first start, a lot of the time people are just gonna like sit and kind of watch or like actively critique, especially if you're like failing. Like, oh my god, don't let yourself like start something new that other people aren't really doing in mass and then you fail the first couple times, because like, crazy concept, like when you start something for the first time you're probably gonna fuck it up. But like doing that in front of other people who are kind of like waiting for you to fail, so it like reinforces their beliefs that whatever you're doing is the wrong choice. Oh my god, that's like, that is the worst feeling in the world, but you just have to keep doing it. And continuing to fail in front of other people until you fail better and fail forward is something that anyone that I look up to has done. And I think that as long as you don't stop, you can't lose, you know? So just like keep going, keep failing, and keep failing fast, and fail forward. And eventually, you'll figure it out. Okay. Biggie says, do you want advice? Sure. I don't know what about, but I feel like people give me advice on here all the time. Sometimes I take it, most of the time I don't. But yeah, go for it. I went to Hot Springs for my birthday last year. Really cute little town. Yeah, it's super cute. Kind of cursed. I have like so many like weird stories from being in Hot Springs, but it definitely is a fun little town and definitely worth visiting. I know it's not super high on anyone's like national park like lists of national parks because it's a smaller park. There's not a whole lot to do, but it's, you know, if you're coming to Arkansas, you gotta go at least once. You gotta go get some of the like hot springs water from the natural springs. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. And there used to be like a musician named Maxwell Blade who did magic shows like every night. And he has, or he had, he's not doing it anymore, but at the time he had a huge like magic theater. And I went with someone one time and we like explored like the bowels of this theater, and oh my god, there were so many like weird things in there, and like not just weird like magic stuff. Like we went into this one hallway and I had my back turned and the person that I was with was was facing the other direction. And she described, like, there was a person in a fursuit who was peeking around the corner, who we hadn't seen yet. We didn't know this person, but they were fully in a fursuit and just like peeking around the corner. And she was like, Ken, did you see that? And I was like, no, I didn't see anything. And then like the person like peered back around the corner like slowly, and then slowly went back, and it's just like was one of the funniest experiences I have ever had, because we're in the basement of this like weird theater, and then there's just like someone in a fursuit running around who apparently worked there. Like that person apparently was like in charge of lighting like during the show. We learned on later in the night, but that was so funny. Oh my god, like that was just comedy gold. Curse town, but great. You should all like go visit Hot Springs. It's great. Shout out to furries. Okay. Shenani said, I feel I want to blow up my life and do car life, but so much anxiety is there. Not gonna lie, I struggle to see me fitting in my Kia Soul for unforeseen amount of time. Yeah. Yeah, there's so much anxiety that comes with it. But I think that the only thing that helps with the anxiety is like talking to other people, and forming a community. Like at least for me, I've struggled with anxiety really bad in different aspects of my life, not only with van life, but also in work, and also with like my gender expression and my sexuality, like so many different aspects of my life. But in every single facet, I've found that when there are people who are going to look at you and think certain things, and you at the end of the day are just a human being, like you are just a person, you're gonna feel anxious, you're gonna feel bad, you're gonna want to like step back into a cave and never like talk about it or try again. But I found that the only thing, well, not the only thing, but the best thing to help with that is by talking to other people who are in that community, whether if it's like other car campers or other van lifers or other queer people, whatever, other non-binary people, whatever. Like, it's with any aspect of life, it always helps talking to those people, and that's what's helped me. It's a very human thing to not want to try something different. It's like we're biologically wired to be like the other people around us. It's why it's why a lot of people get weird and spicy about people trying new things, because we're wired to be that way. We're wired to act like the people around us. But you don't have to. We have surpassed the need to do that, like evolutionarily speaking. So you can just like put yourself around other people who are doing the thing that you want to do, whether you can physically do that by going to those people or finding them online, and being able to talk to them like almost always helps. So I don't know if you're like asking for advice, but that's helped me tremendously. And that doesn't mean that it's like gonna be super easy. Like obviously I still struggle with anxiety, but it helps a lot. Okay. What's going to happen in our country in 2029 is a massive stock market crash, and that is when massive unemployment is going to happen, from 20 to 25% unemployment, and by 2038 and 2040. I don't know. I can't see into the future. I cannot confirm nor deny. Super King Anthony said, no woman can touch her elbows behind her back. Okay. Hibiki says, so best at the moment is to find a job and try to save as much money as you can for the next 3 years, or until they fire you around 2030 or something, so you can survive. Can't confirm or deny. Can't confirm or deny. It is definitely like always good to save though, especially in times like this, where everything, oh my god, everything is so expensive. Yeah, like finding a way to make money and make good money, preferably doing something that you enjoy doing, but if you have to, like doing work that you don't love doing. Yeah, depends like who you are, where you're at mentally, whatever. I don't know, I'm just a person who who's standing barefoot in a van. But yeah, it is certainly weird times for sure. I know that when I told some of my friends that I was leaving my job, they're like, "You're leaving your job right now? Like that's insane. Like, how can you do that?" But dude, I don't know. Like, it's just like, I'm on a spinning rock in space, you know? I could die getting hit by a bus tomorrow, you know? I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy. Cosmic Wonderlust said, your reaction to some of these comments is killing me. I don't know, I'm just vibing. Vicky said, I think I've been to your channel before with a different name because I lost my phone. I think I said something bad is gonna happen and COVID happened. Wait, that couldn't have been, because I wasn't even posting. I wasn't even posting back then. Or actually, if I was, that was like a completely different channel, and that was when I was like a totally different person, but I don't know, dog. I know the person standing barefoot in my van is my new life motto. You're welcome. I don't know. I feel like sometimes I get to preaching in here, like sometimes, but like we must remember, like, I really am just a non-binary they them bo, just like in my van, you know, take everything with a grain of salt. I'm just a little guy. If you choose to listen to what I have to say, that's on you. Anyway. Ooh, we're at like 61 minutes. Okay. I'm probably gonna hop off in a second, y'all. This has been so fun. Oh my gosh. I love going on live with you guys. Sorry again that I hopped on kind of late. I spent a little bit too much time out in the wild today. But I would love to do it again on next Sunday at 7 p.m. Central. I'll set a reminder in my phone so I don't pop on late. But thanks for coming into the chat, guys, and hanging out with me for a bit. It's always fun, and man, it's good to be back in the van. And I'm glad that you guys kind of agree that the van is the vibe, because it is. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna let you guys get back to your Sunday without taking up too much. So I hope you guys have a nice night, and I will see you guys hopefully next week. All right. Bye, everyone. Have a nice night.